Hey guys, Jackie and welcome back to my channel, and today we have a rather hefty talking video. I'm going to be reviewing TTDEYE contacts for you today. They were kind enough to send me a few to play around with. The video is going to be an unboxing slash try on and review video, so it's going to be a bit lengthy. So without further ado, let's get in with it. Opening the box, I do have 4 pairs of contacts along with 4 lens cases. The lens cases do come with 2 applicator tools, which I don't use because I already have a fear of touching my eyeballs, and I am in no way trusting anything else besides my fingers touching my eyeball. Just a personal preference. I know a lot of people have issues putting in the contacts and taking them out. I have no issues with my fingers. I literally only use like 2 fingers. I'll show you guys how I take them in and out as well. But so you do get 4 pairs of contacts and 4 cases. There is a compact mirror in here as well. And then for a little bit of fun, you do get like this butterfly thing. I don't really know what it is, but it sounds pretty hard in the case. I don't know if it's like for eye makeup. I don't know. Pretty cute nonetheless. I have it in this baby blue that kind of matches my shirt today. So like I said, I did get 4 different colors. And can we talk about packaging first of all? Each one has their own little sticker label, as well as like this monumental touristy attraction print on it. I think it's super cute. I don't know if they designed it themselves. The first one that I got is called Daisy Chocolate, and each one does have a sticker label on it. And on the sticker label, you do get like a picture of what the lens looks like. And then on the front of the packaging, you do get like a landmark on it. This one is for sure London because of the London Eye. Oh, funny thing, London Eye, haha. Anyways, on to the next one. This one is amber brown. Again, there's also like a picture of what the lens looks like. This is obviously Japan, and I feel like the whole thing is just so aesthetic. It's super cute. Okay, next one we have here is supernatural blue. This one honestly just looks like my regular daily contacts. I wear the AccuView Moist, if not like the Oasis Moist. I don't remember, one of those. This one, I'm gonna guess it's Hawaii. Geography is honestly not my biggest suit, so let me know down below what you guys think this one is. I'm gonna judge it by the coconut and say it's Hawaii. The last one I have here is also a blue. This is the Iris Gray Blue number 2. I honestly don't remember what the number 1 looks like. And this one, of course, is the Paris Art. My irises are like 2 significantly different prescriptions, if that makes sense. I would say my right eye is about like 75 degrees worse than my left eye. So it was kind of hard for me to find contact lenses with both prescriptions on this website. Okay, since I'm already wearing amber brown, I'm just gonna like zoom you guys in and kind of like speak about the texture and like the wear of it so far. Okay, so when I first put these ones in, I did feel a huge difference in the texture. The original ones that I wear are the AccuView Oasis Moist like bi-weeklies, and if you guys are contact wearers yourself, you definitely know what I'm talking about when I say there is a difference in the textures. I have tried dailies before. Those ones are one to discard daily, obviously, and the texture of those ones are kind of like a jello cone cap. Like you definitely feel it in your eyeball when you put them in. And then when I switched to my bi-weeklies, they were like thin, like super thin. I couldn't really feel it. And these ones are like even thinner than that, if that makes sense. Like pulling it out of the contact case, like you definitely could tell that these are like super thin, and that kind of worried me for a bit because when I first switched to a bi-weekly, I kind of had issues taking them out because I genuinely couldn't feel where the contact was on my eyeball, and that gave me such a hard time. But you know, as time goes on, you do get used to the texture. So I was a little thrown off when I put these ones in because they were so thin that I like didn't even know that if they were on. I noticed that they were a little wider than my pupil. This is the contact lens and my eyeball was like right here, and I could feel the excess fabric around my eyeball, if that makes sense. Like it's such a weird sensation, and I did have issues where when I blinked, I could like feel my contacts shift. So that was like a little alarming, but I had them in for 10 minutes and the feeling completely disappeared, so don't worry about that. It was a little alarming, especially when you're switching from brands to brands, or even from like weeklies to bi-weeklies to dailies. There's definitely a difference, but it's completely normal because it's different than what you're used to already. I've been wearing these for hours already, and I love them. I don't find an issue where I can't see well, or like if there's like a tunnel vision. Honestly, that's like the one thing I was worried about, because I've seen these contacts before, and like, call me ignorant if you will, but I was under the impression that like whatever hole that they cut out of the contact, like where there's no color, if that makes sense, is a part where your eyeball's gonna look out of. Obviously they can't have a contact where they limit your field of vision. I just feel like that's super tough to do, because contact lenses are made to be like see-through, despite whatever color they put on there. So that was a little bit ignorance on my part, and I was a little fearful of that. But honestly, with these ones I have no issue seeing. I would say that if you have rather like dry eyes, be sure to hydrate them, because with how thin the contacts are, I don't know how well it wears on drier eyes. Granted, my eyes are not dry at all. I usually don't have issues with like reapplying eye drops or anything like that. I never have issues. If you do have drier eyes, definitely like rehydrate them throughout the day. Okay, with that being said, I'm gonna move into the second brown of my collection. This one is Daisy Chocolate. This one looks super promising because on the website, the iris looks super like a milky brown. I would say my eyes are more on like the darker chocolate side, so I'm hoping these ones will actually make it more like of a milk chocolate. Like I just want a hint of brown. And the ones I currently have on, they're amber chocolate, amber brown, and I definitely see the amber. I don't really like the shade of red on me. Like I don't like reds in general, and I feel like that little hint of red is kind of like throwing me off. So I'm gonna pop these on real quick, and I'll show you how I take them out without the applicator. If you're okay with using the applicator, do you. There's like a distance between the applicator and your fingers, and I just don't trust myself. I'm probably gonna blind myself by poking me in the eye with that applicator, so I'm just gonna use my fingers. I'll be right back. Let me wash my hands. This is what they look like in the packaging. Okay, now here comes the hard part. Like I need a mirror. Obviously I usually use like a stand mirror, so you just like pop it up. So first things first, we're gonna put our contact solution into the container. So when we take these ones out, we can put them in. Now this part like requires the most amount of concentration. I usually like to start with my left side, because I feel like if I could nail the left side, I'm definitely gonna be able to nail the right side. It's a little bit of a ritual for me. So what I usually do is I like to hold my eyelid with a ring finger, or like any finger, and then what I want to do is, this is like almost borderlining malpractice, but I like to shift the contact with my middle finger to the corner of my eye, and then when it gets like a little wrinkle, that's when I pull it with my fingers. Like, we're gonna watch me, okay? So we're gonna hold our eyelid, and then obviously like widen your eye if you need to, and then I'm just gonna move my contact to the side and then pull, and there you go. It's super simple. A lot of people are scared to do that, but I've pretty much nailed it. Especially with how thin the contacts are, like it definitely wrinkles like really easily. Don't worry about that. And then on to the next one. Hold it, roll it over, and then pinch. You honestly don't feel a thing if you do it like this. I know some people like literally pinch it from the eyeballs. I can't do that. You're brave. That takes a whole nother level of bravery, which I do not have. So I'm gonna stick with my malpractice for now. Okay, and then I'm gonna open these bad boys. The prescription is on the front already, so make sure you read those. And these things are like super hard to open. Like I did struggle with amber brown already. Okay, another thing that you should do is check to see which is the right side of your contact. I never had any issues with it like being on the wrong side. Honestly, I think I've just had pretty good luck with that. One way to check is you're gonna put it on your finger first of all, and you're gonna test to see the curvature of the contact. I don't know how well it's picking up on camera, I can no longer see, but pretty much check the side walls of your contact. If it's like a perfectly like cup, then that's right side up. But if your curvature of like, if your edge of the contact is like kind of like a U, like a fancy U, then that's when you know it's definitely inside out and you should flip it the other way. Honestly, it doesn't hurt that much. Oh, I can't talk. As I was saying, honestly, it doesn't hurt that much if it is inside out. So just take them out, put them right side in again. Wow, these ones are really comfortable. Like I like these better than the first pair that I tried. The first pair, I actually felt like there's something in my eyeball, but this one I don't really see. Okay, I see a huge difference between the eyeballs already. I kind of like this one better than amber brown, but these are definitely like a little less natural, like I can see. Okay, I'm gonna put the other one in because I'm still blind. I didn't really explain myself, but pretty much same thing. Force open your eyeball with 2 fingers on 2 hands, and then just have the finger that has a contact in just like boop, pop it in there, and you're good to go. Oh, one thing to note is you do have to have your eyelids like significantly wide apart to put them in, because as you guys have seen, when I blinked, it just kind of like folds the contact, and it does take a bit longer to put in. So, you know, just keep that in mind. And another note is always keep the finger that you're putting in your contact with dry, because if that finger is wet, your contact is just going to stick onto your finger and not really go into your eyeball. So make sure that the finger that you're pushing the contact into your eyeball is dry AF. Checking the side walls again. So force open your lids again and then just pop them in. Okay, another tip, I have so many tips. Another tip is to like not directly stare at the contact while you're putting it in. Like, don't look straight forward. I would recommend like looking off to the side, like to a mirror that's on your side or something like that, because for me it's like imminent death. Like, I don't want to be looking into death. Like, that shit scares me already. I don't want to be looking at it as I'm putting it in. God forbid anything goes wrong and you scratch your eyeball or something like that. So I would say like just look to the side and kind of like dab it into the corner of your eyeball. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but pretty much like don't directly poke your eye. I'm a terrible explainer. But here we are. We have these ones in. I really like these ones. Like, I don't know how well it's coming up on camera, but it does make my eyes look a little bit more like gray tone. I'm not mad about it, but I don't think it's like super natural either. Mixed feelings, but yeah, these ones are like pretty comfortable. Like, a test that I like to do is pretty much close your eyes, and then like when you open them to see if the contacts would shift. Like, to me, if the contact does shift after you do that little test, that means the contacts are like, one, either not moisturizing enough, or two, like they're actually not like meant for your pupil width. Like, I don't know if that's even a thing, but that's usually how I test my contacts, to see if they're comfortable for the long run. So I would do that a couple of times, and if I have no issues with the contact shifting around, then I know it's safe enough to wear like outdoors for like long periods of time. Because obviously when you're like walking out and about, like, you're not gonna have time or like your old pair of contacts to change them or like bring your pair of glasses or something. I think that's super annoying. That's usually how I test to see if it's like comfortable for the long run, and then if it's like good to go within half an hour, I just leave the house. So this is Daisy Chocolate. Okay guys, like, I'm slightly obsessed with these. I do wish they were less gray tone, a bit more like warm. I do really like these. Like, I think I'm just gonna start wearing these out. It did say that these are like a 1-year contact. I don't really know how that works. Am I supposed to like just leave it in the case or something? I love these more than Amber Brown. I feel like that was just like a little bit too orangey tone for me. I mean, obviously Amber is like kind of orange red, but you know, I do like these more, but I wish they were a little bit more warm tone. I was looking for like a pure milk chocolate, and these are more like, you know, have you guys like put a chocolate bar in the fridge before, and when you unwrap it, there's kind of like this gray film on top? Yeah, this is what it's reminding me of. Not the most like flattering description, honestly, but I do really like these. Like, I think these would probably be my like next go-to. That was like a mugshot. Okay, so I have 2 blue ones left. I have Iris Gray Blue 2 and Supernatural Blue. I think I'm gonna go for Supernatural Blue first. I'm gonna see how I like this one, because I have been trying to find like a greenish like tone one. Couldn't really find that in my prescription on the website. Super bummed out that they were sold out. So I'm hoping these ones are more for like a hue of bluish green. Honestly, I don't know why I'm saying green, because it's obviously blue, but I'm kind of excited, you know? Like, I want to see how it looks on my like super deep dark brown eye. I'm gonna show you guys one more time how I put in my contacts. Ooh, okay, so these packaging for the natural blue ones are a bit different. They look holographic on the other side, and then this is what they look like on the inside. It does look super natural, not gonna lie. Like, super natural, like not like supernatural, like crazy stuff. There goes nothing. I'm gonna open our eyeballs and then move it to the side and then pinch. Whoa, the entire contact is kind of like a baby blue color. I'm kind of scared for this one actually. My vision's blurry from all the excess water. I can't see right now. Your contact will automatically adjust to like where your pupil is. Whoa, these are like crazy supernatural blue. Like they're not natural at all. So here is supernatural blue. I don't think they're natural at all. I feel like they're crazy. Okay, this one I do feel a difference in the texture. Like my right eye is giving me such a hard time. It's like not really fitting. I don't like blue on me. I feel like that's not my thing. I feel like green might look better on my brown irises, but blue is definitely not a look. Are we still cute? Like, what do you think? Yeah, I'm sure you guys can see like whenever I blink, it kind of shifts. Like, I don't. And then moving on to the last one, I'm gonna pop these ones in off camera. This is Iris Gray Blue 2. These ones look kind of like a darker, like kind of seafoam green in the case. I don't know if I'm describing it correctly, but that's like how it looks like to me. These ones look a little bit more promising than the supernatural blue ones that I just tried on. Okay, so these ones are the Iris Gray Blue 2. I think these ones should be renamed supernatural blue because they look so subtle. I think I'm gonna go back and like repurchase stuff from this line because they do have different like collections slash like lines, and they do come out with like, I don't know how to describe it, but like a pattern on the contact lens, if that makes sense. And like for that whole entire line, it's pretty much all made the same but like different colors instead. And I really love how these ones were patterned out because the color is more like on the outer ring of the contact. I think that allows more of your natural iris color to show out, and it kind of like meshes in with the contact lens, actually giving you like a hue of color, which I really prefer. God, I think these ones might actually be my favorite ones. Like, I'm lying when I said the other ones were, but this one 100% I really like it. And I'm gonna see if they have like an actual greenish one in their collection for this one because I just really enjoy how like it makes my eyes pop a bit more. Looking in the viewfinder as well as the mirror, I don't think I look crazy. I know there's like a slight difference, which I really like because it's like a little subtle. It's something for like myself if I want to be a little different. These are natural enough to like be able to walk into the office and not look crazy. They did send in a little mirror, so I'm gonna check it up close. Okay, so looking up close, it does look a little unnatural because the ring around my eyeball is like a bluish green, but as you move further it looks more natural. Like obviously up close, like who the hell is gonna be ever this close to you besides your significant other? So yeah, don't worry about like people ratting you out for like looking different. Definitely not the case. Yeah, I feel like these ones for sure also fit my like iris better. Like I don't see too much of like excess fabric anywhere around my eyeball. Also, I've got eye boogies that you guys didn't tell me that I had. So I've tried on all 4 contacts and here are my favorites. Okay, my favorite of course is the Iris Gray Blue 2. I really love these. And then the next one on the list is Daisy Chocolate. I do love how natural these ones are. Chef's kiss. And then my bottom 2 would have to be Amber Brown and Supernatural Blue. And now that I'm looking at it, like I ordered 2 blues and 2 browns, and surprisingly I like 1 brown and 1 blue versus like 2 blues and 2 browns. I just find that funny because I kind of gave myself like a little bit of a leeway. I kind of, in each shade, I kind of found one that's more like out there and one that's more natural, and I ended up liking like the more natural ones, of course. But yeah, if you guys are interested, I do have a coupon code for you guys. It is JACKIESMILEZ for 15% off. Save some coins. It'll be listed down below, as well as all of these ones for you guys to try out. Okay, so a few words on like the brand and like the contacts in general. I do really like how affordable they are. They're constantly going on sale. They do have like a buy 2 get 3rd free or something like that, or buy 3 get, you know, whatever, free. They always have like a BOGO sale, and for that I definitely think this is a brand that's worth checking out. They are like certified and a lot of things, and for the selection that they have like a super huge collection of like different textures, different like shapes and stuff. They actually have like a anime section where like you could get contacts for cosplaying, which I'm not into, but if you are into, definitely check them out. They have such a huge selection of things. It did take me such a long time to sort through everything. And I guess a note would be, if you guys do have like 2 rather like distinct prescriptions like for both eyes, definitely check them out like and kind of wish list things, because when they do go on sale, a lot of things sell out pretty quickly. For me, it was kind of hard to find lenses that had prescriptions in both because they were having a sale at the time, and I wanted certain contacts, and like all the green ones pretty much were sold out in like my right eye prescription, and obviously I can't wear like two left eyes because like the difference is just enormous, and like I would just be blind. But yeah, I would say like overall, if you're like super into contacts or if you want to try new things, like definitely check them out because they're super affordable and they're like really comfortable to wear. Granted, there might be certain lines or like designs that might be a little bit more uncomfortable, but generally out of like the 4 that I've gotten, I don't have like huge issues. I did have an issue with my right eye for this one, which is like the iris gray blue 2, but after a while when it settles in, like it's completely fine. I'm like normal now. Everything has like a learning curve. You do need some time for your eyes to adjust to like the different textures and lenses. Personally, I would say the ones that I've gotten are more like practical, if that makes sense. Like I've seen some of these designs that just look like they're super uncomfortable to see out of. I mean, maybe they're not that uncomfortable to see out of, but for me, I just like look at the star one and I'm like, how the fuck do you see from that? Like, that's like personal preference. Out of the ones that I've gotten, I would say like it gets a 9 out of 10 for comfortability, just because I did have an issue with like 1 or 2 of the contacts. They're like super on the thinner side, and I did take some time to get used to that different texture. And prescription wise, like I don't know if you can like mess up a prescription. I have heard of cases where like, well, for regular glasses at least, like the lenses, depending on the frame of your glasses, the same prescription could look different when you wear them on. For an example, my brother, he recently got new glasses, and his older pair were also rectangular, but they weren't as wide as his new pair. So when he got his glasses, his new pair, which is wider, he was looking through it and he said, whoa, like it's my field of vision is like super distorted. And we brought him back to the eyeglass store, and it's like exactly the same prescription. And then that's like, you know, how they explain the different test sizes and stuff like that. So I would say like out of all the contacts I've worn, I don't see a difference in my prescription. Like I don't know if that's a thing with contact lenses also per se, but I would say they nailed it with the prescription. I don't have an issue. I don't see blurriness. I don't see anything distorted. 10 out of 10 for that. So next thing would be packaging. I love a brand that takes so much time into packaging. I don't know if this is their own art or if they paid an artist or anything like that, so I'm just solely speaking on the art itself. I do really like it. It's super cute, and I love how every box is like themed. So cute. One thing that I absolutely love the most is how on the sticker, like the little like name tag, they actually have what the contact looks like on the sticker itself. So even if you're like, oh, I don't remember what the name of my contact is, you can literally look on the back and you will know exactly what it is. I think it does do a pretty good job with like nailing the details of it, because it literally looks like this, like in the actual packaging. So I think these are super helpful, and it's a bit thoughtful, you know, for those like me who don't know what the fuck I ordered. I also love how like for every contact lens you get, they do provide a case for you, because I know for some people who are not like daily or hardcore contact wearers, they're not gonna have like these cases on hand. Granted, I have been wearing contacts for such a long time that every time I buy a new bottle of this shit, they give me another contact case. So I have like 10,000 ones at home, but I still think it's pretty thoughtful of them to include these for, you know, first time wearers or even somebody who doesn't have an extra case on hand. And then I also like how thoughtful they are with like the utensils. You do get like a forceps type of thing to like pull out your contacts. They're pretty soft. It has like a silicone like tip at the end. I don't trust myself to use these at all. The other thing that you get is like a little stick with like a suction cup on it. I think this is to put in your contact. I'm pretty sure you rest your contact onto this and you just pop them in. I don't know how well it works because I don't trust these mini tools. I trust my body parts the most. If you guys are trying these out, like let me know if these actually work. I've seen it on TikTok before. I don't like that side of TikTok. Like I don't like eye talk. It's like so disgusting. And fun story, I remember one time like my best friend tried to get me to overcome my fear, so she made me watch this like horror movie. These people are invited to like a mansion to like do these dares for money pretty much, and one of the dares was to like slice your eyeball open with like a razor blade, and I was just like, hell no. Like I gagged the entire scene. Disgusting. If anything, that made me even more scared of touching my eyeballs. So thanks for that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.